Hi everybody, all my followers, welcome to another video. The video today on a 2002 Peugeot 307 with the 2-liter HDI engine, so turbo diesel, the 2.0 liter, 90 HPs I think. Doesn't really matter for what the problem is with this car really, but okay, let me take you a little bit through the story. I've scanned this car. I went to scan this car on another garage about a month ago maybe, and at the time I took the maxi seats with me, which I do have here at the moment. Actually, let's gonna turn the maxi seats on to save us some time in a minute. Okay, so yeah, I've scanned the car, and when I got there, I'm going to take you through exactly the same scan because nothing has been done on the car, so you can see exactly what I went through when I first scanned the car about a month ago. But basically, from the looks of it, the BSI lost its coding to the car, including obviously immobilizer and all that stuff. Now, this is how I got the car. Okay. The only thing I've done to the car, I'm going to show you. Was put the battery on charge. The ECU was exactly where it is, so the car is exactly as I got it. I got home about 20 minutes ago and I just put the battery to charge, and pretty much that's all I've done. So yeah, as I was saying, it looks like the BSI lost the immobilizer and all the programming. So next, let's gonna scan the car, and just to show you why I'm saying all this to you, why I think the BSI lost its code. Let's gonna do, actually, let me see if I place the maxi. Okay, that's it. Let me turn this light off. It's a bit like this. Okay, gonna key on. It's gonna. Okay, so I'm not gonna go try the auto scan here because I know already that it's not gonna work, but let me show you this. If I do an auto selection, so it's not gonna read the VIN, yeah? It doesn't read the VIN, simply as that. We're gonna go back. If I do a manual selection, so this is 307. Is the van, this is the old model. I'm sure it's the van. As you can see, it doesn't read, but just for you guys that think, oh, why you haven't tried the can? Okay, we'll try the can, but you're gonna see it doesn't read either. Actually, it's a can. It's not van, it's can, because it read that. So this is my first sign. Sorry about that. I don't know why you thought was can was van. I do apologize for that. So it's a can. That was my first sign that something was wrong with the BSI. Okay, so I'm gonna press OK because that's the VIN it read. Look at that, all A's. All this information is being read from the BSI, and that's what is inside the BSI. So that was my first sign that something was not right. So we are now on the first menu. It's gonna go diagnosis. I'm not gonna go auto scan. I'm just gonna go straight to, come on, let me try to figure out what's the engine on this, the engine code, because it's going to ask me for that. So if I go to BSI, it will log into the BSI. Oh, sorry, it doesn't. Why is not communicating? It was communicating before, or it wasn't all. I was pretty sure. I could swear it was communicating before. But let me go to the injection. Before that, I could swear I was communicating with the BSI last time I've scanned the car. Unless they messed about with something else. They told me they haven't touched the car since I've been there about a month ago. Yes, it is. Okay, let me see which ECU is this, because I can't remember now. And sorry guys, I think it was upside down. And as you can see in there is the SID 801. And I'm confused because there's no option here for that ECU. Hang on. Okay, so the engine code on this is the RHY. So it can't be this ECU because it's not the right engine. It's not that one. That is not even recognized. Same here. Oh, come on. Seriously? Okay, let's gonna try this again. So I was there. I think this is petrol ones. What the hell? It's not. Why is not the ECU here? How did I scan the car last time? They messed about with something without. Let me try to figure out what's wrong here, because recording and try to figure out what happened here. I've scanned the car definitely last time, including the BSI. And I can't understand what's going on here now, so just hold a second and let me try to figure it out. Okay, I think I'm getting there now. So what I've done, I came all the way back and now I'm manually inputting the VIN number. I think that's how I got to the right ECU, because on those on that list of ECUs, none of the ECUs would actually show this engine code. I could log into the ECU as the EDC 16C something. But it's no good because it's not going to give you the right codes. You can't do that. So I came all the way back. I'm now here on this manual screen, and the VIN number of this car is this VIN at the top, okay? And hopefully now, there we go. And hopefully now it's gonna tell me, or it's gonna give me the options to communicate with the correct ECU. Fingers crossed. I think that's how I done it last time. Okay, still this is my first screen. It's gonna go diagnosis, control unit, engines and gearbox. It's a diesel. I'm not sure if it does have, there we go, HDI SID 801. So that's the one I want. RHY, as I just said earlier. And now I'm going to be able to communicate properly. Hope we have all learned something here this time. So let's going to go to read the codes first. Just to have a quick look. And straight away in there, we have a diesel pressure signal, pressure change occurrence, permanent, without the engine starting. I'm not worried with that. Then we have intermittent faults here. And then we have permanent faults, voltage battery too low, eating, blah, 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 engine speed, and that's all we have here. As you can see, there's nothing for immobilizer or anything like that. But now, look what we have here when I go to live data. Control unit condition. And sorry, I got interrupted, but there is. Engine management ECU is locked. So that's why the engine doesn't start. Then where it says status of the code engine immobilizer program, it shows those three dashes, and it says awaiting response from BSI. So from here, we're gonna go back. I don't really care about anything else here for now. It's gonna go all the way back, and it's gonna go to the BSI. Let me see if I have communications now, because I had last time. So, come on. Okay, there is. So here I am. Ooh, Okay, so no faults detected, that's my first thing. But now look when I go to ECU information. So that's my VIN number in there, as you can see. So that's not correct. And let me go to live data. Where is the thingy? Immobilizer. Oh, it's not locking. Oh yeah, because I'm looking at the scanner through the phone, and it's a little bit. Okay, so key number 1 synchronized, no. ECM locked, yes. Transponder recognized, no. Transponder key number learned, 0 keys. Number of high frequency remote controls command, 0 remotes. BSI matched, no. BSI anti-scanning mode, no. Blank BSI, yes. Do I need to say anything else, guys? I don't think I do. So let's gonna take these out, disconnect this, because I don't think I can do nothing with the. Actually, I might be able to. Configuration. Let me see. Just for the maintenance, you see. Now I can't really do a lot with this. It allows me to do this: forcing of customer mode, resetting to 0. Programming of keys. So it allows me to program the keys, which is not bad, but then it doesn't allow me to do VIN number. It is not allowing me to do all the other coding options. So I might be better just to do straight with PP2000. But before we go anywhere, sorry. So I don't need MaxiCs anymore. MaxiCs already showed me what the problem with this car is. So the next thing I need, even with PP2000, is going to be the pin code of this car. To program the BSI is going to ask me for a pin code, and that pin code is going to have to match the pin code of the engine ECU. If it doesn't, it's not going to work, simply as that, okay? So there is a few ways of getting the pin code. There is some tools out there that will extract the pin code. The problem is, those tools, they take the pin code from the BSI. And guess what is on the BSI at the moment? Nothing, is blank. So that is an option that you can rule out, is not going to work, even if you have those tools. The second option is obviously the scratch card, the security card that comes with the car. I don't think I'm going to find that anywhere, guys. Long time that card probably is gone. I'll have a look through that mess, but I doubt they do have the card. Another option, and third option, is dealer. Take the V5. In the UK it's called V5. Is the car documentation. It's just a piece of paper, or a piece, two sheets of paper basically here in the UK. In your country it might be something different. Peugeot here charges about, last time I got one, was about 30 quid. I don't know if they increased the price, but yeah, you take the V5 and they will give you the pin code for the car. Another way would be, once again, reading that BSI on the bench, but that BSI is blank, so there is no point to even do that. So my option left is the engine ECU. The pin code is going to be there, and that's where we're going to try to extract the pin code from. So my next step is going to be take that ECU, open it, and try to see if I can read the pin code from there. Once we have the pin code on our hands, hopefully, fingers crossed, is a straightforward process of programming the new BSI. And this is not new, guys. This is the original BSI from the car, I've been told. Okay, it's just that lost everything, as you have seen just before. So yeah, no further ado, I'm just here talking. So let's gonna take that engine ECU, put it on a bench, and let's gonna try to read the EEPROM on that and take the code out. Hey guys, and the ECU is now open, and my EEPROM is, let me turn a little bit just for you to have a look. Just be careful when you have it open for this sort of this area here, so you don't break anything. But my EEPROM is going to be this one here, okay? That's where the EEPROM is, And what we're going to do is we're going to take it off. This has been covered with that sort of lacquer, so I'm going to scratch it a little bit, take a little bit of these off, so it then is a little bit easier to remove. Okay, and as you can easily see, it came out a little bit more than I needed, but it doesn't really matter. The important is that we took off what we need. And now with the hot air gun, obviously I'm gonna have to change the nozzle to a small one, because otherwise I'm gonna spread too much heat. So I have this big one, I have this big one. Okay, we're gonna use these ones so we don't spread so much heat on the board. And it's gonna remove this. So you can, if I can put it in a way that you can see what I'm doing here. I hope I'm not going to be on the way, but if I do apologize. I'm going to put a little bit of flux to remove. You don't really, hang on, before all this, it's very important, we need to mark down the position of this EEPROM. And the first thing I'm going to do, that's the way I like to do it. It doesn't have any engravements here, so I'm going to have to mark it down. Because I can't see the letters, I don't even know which EEPROM is here. I just know he's here. I just want to see which way the letters are facing. Actually, I tell you what, let me put it under the microscope so I can see the position of the letters. Another way to do it would be mark it like on the side with the Stanley knife. Just do a little bit of a mark, and then a mark on the board, and you know how to put it. I'll just put it under the microscope and have a quick look. Okay, and I've just checked it, and the letters, as you can see, I wrote in there. They are facing like this way, so this is the orientation. And I took the chance to see which chip was in here, and it's an ST, I don't know if you can read in there, 93C56. And now, yes, let's gonna remove it. So now I can put a little bit of flux. You don't really need to put flux to remove, but it helps to make the process a little bit easier. Put the extractor here, my pedal right there. Maybe tight today around here. So I don't know if you're gonna see or not, guys, but by this time you have seen a video where I show you how to do this sort of stuff, and this one is not very good for this. Problem is, it's going to be glued. On. Yeah, there we go. Hey. Okay. So I don't know if you guys have seen what happened here, but basically what happened was that this glue was still, I've cleaned it, but was still holding the chip into the board. So even after the solder was melted, it wouldn't come out. So I had to force it underneath. I don't know if you've seen, I was checking if the solder was already liquefied, and as soon as I've seen I just forced the chip. If I would force the chip before the solder was liquefied, I might raise the pads, I might bring the pads attached to the chip, and then would be a problem. So that's out. We're gonna have to clean all this crap. Look at that, all these lacquer that they put over the chips. We're gonna have to clean all these around here. Look at that. So we're gonna have to clean all this, but that's for later. Luckily I've seen the chip before, because I've just scratched the chip all over the top when the thingy, but well, whatever. Let's gonna clean it and let's gonna try to read the chip. Okay, and the chip is here and we have a reading. I pressed the ready read, but I can show you again. It's gonna read the same data. There it is. So that's my data. Now here, guys, I could do a couple things. I could try to remove the IMO, the immobilizer of the ECU. I don't even know how that's done, but well, I haven't researched how that's done, but I could do that. But let's gonna try to do things right. So now I'm gonna save this, and we're gonna try to see where the pin code is, or what is the pin code, well, we're gonna try to find the pin code. So we're gonna use a little software that I don't have in there, and to be fair, I don't even know where it is. I could install it in there, but it's on this laptop now, so which is called BSI ECU pin, and as you can see in there, it does have my ECU. So it's a Siemens C801 EEPROM 93 C56. So I'm gonna put this here on the side. I don't think it would be a problem to show you the pin code. I don't think you're gonna be able to do nothing with it, unless you are planning to steal this car. But yeah, so I put the EEPROM on this flash, and I'm gonna load the EEPROM into this software, and it should retrieve me the code. There it is. Okay, so I have my code. I'm gonna leave the first letter covered. I don't think it would be a problem, just like I said, but you know, whatever. So that's my pin code, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna just put the EEPROM back into the ECU, and with this pin code and using PP2000, we're gonna try to recode the BSI back into the car using obviously this pin code. At this point, and information only, if I would like to replace, for example, the engine ECU, my pin code would be different. I could do exactly the same and use other pin code that would be on another ECU. The important thing here is that both pin codes are the same. Okay, if I would like to use a different ECU and leave the same BSI, if the BSI was good, I would have to blank this pin, because otherwise it wouldn't work. It would have to be a blank ECU, engine ECU, so I would have to blank this code. But that's not what we want. We have a good engine ECU, hopefully. We just need to know the pin code so we can recode the BSI. So that's what we're going to do next. And just before I move on, I'm going to take the chance that I have this ECU here on the bench, and we're going to take a backup of the flash of this ECU. You never know when you're going to need it. Guys, and we are here ready to go. It's a little bit weird. For some reason, the Jackbox, I need to select the van model, which initially I thought this would be the van model, but then, as you've seen in the maxi series, I had to go through the CAN module, so a little bit, I'm not really sure. I'm a little bit confused. Anyway, select here in the main menu. I've selected. I'll show you. So here is the main menu. I went to 307. If I go van, it doesn't detect nothing. But if I go CAN, sorry. If I select van, I'm sorry for the glare. I put this thing here to try to reduce it, but this is as best as I can get this, so I do apologize. Anyway, under van, if I select that, it's going to obviously attempt to read the VIN number, and it's going to retrieve that, which we know about it. So we're just going to press OK. Okay. Okay, so he's asking me to put the VIN number, otherwise I can't go any further. So I'm gonna put the VIN number manually, and we'll go from there. Okay, and after the VIN number, it takes me to here. I'm gonna use Planet, this being a old model. I don't want to have to use the ACK box, so we're gonna go through here, PP2000, and it takes us to here, and as you can see we have a blank VIN number. Not blank, but there's nothing there really. And what we're gonna try to do now is to obviously configure the BSI again. To do that, I haven't done this for a long time, so let me try to get this right before I carry on. Actually, let's gonna go, and you see my mistakes as well. We all do. So I believe it's gonna be configurations and service, and from here it should be ECU. Okay, are you gonna keep focus or not? Okay, so built-in systems interface. Key is on. Everything's connected. Okay, so from here I should go there. Okay, that should be my first thing, because we know we've seen it already on the Maxi Cs. The ECU is blank, and we're gonna have to redo the whole coding or initialization, as it says in there. So let's gonna select that. Forcing customer mode, no. Code and keys, so that's the one we need. Enter the code, so I'm gonna put the code now. So I'm gonna put the code, as you can see it's asking for the code, and I'm gonna put the code and proceed from there. Okay, and after the code we took from the engine ECU, as you've seen, I'm presented with this message, is blank, blah 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 blah. So now I need to program the interface, the BSI. Okay, from there, sorry I didn't took you through. You come back and you go to configuration of the ECU, and now he's asking me for the VIN code, so for the VIN number. So we're gonna put the VIN number here, and we carry on. And from here we should be able to just press OK. Switch off the ignition. Ignition is off. Oh damn it, ignition should be on. I had ignition off already, so I'm gonna have to redo this. Sorry about that. Okay, so the VIN number is done, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna log out of the BSI of the car itself, and I'm gonna try to read the car again, and hopefully that will change to my VIN number. So if I do exit, yes, I want to exit. Let's gotta cancel that. Okay, let's gotta go cycle ignition. Ignition off. Let me hear the BSI to go off. Yeah, it's off. Ignition back on. PP2000. Let's see if I get the right VIN number now, which I should get. There we go, look at that. Now I get a VIN number, and hopefully now if I go there and I go ECU, come on, focus, built-in interface, yep. If I go there, hopefully it should allow me now to program the immobilizer. So let's gonna get the code and carry on. Just to show you a little bit, so luminosity sensor, I've just changed to absent, but front fog lamps it says present. We're going to change that to absent because they are not there. So this is the kind of configurations I'm going through now before I go any further. And guys, just before I move any forward, I've been already going through all the configurations. As you can see, there's a few configurations that are not present on this car. So there's no sunroof, there is no light sensor or rain sensor, so we need to configure these off. I want to configure everything properly to the car before I actually start to go to programming and stuff like that, because I don't want to mess anything up. So I'm going to go through all the configurations, get everything right, and then yes, we'll move forward. Here we are again, for example, opening and access. Come on. I'm gonna focus. Seriously, this is just ridiculous. Okay, so as you can see in there, electric rear windows, it says electrical. They are not electrical, they are manual. And sunroof, it says one sunroof. Let's gonna change that to nothing. There it is. So that's how it is done. There's loads of stuff, guys, you need to go through, so I'm not going to take you through everything. You can surely go and figure out yourself how this is done. Validate, continue. There we go, changed. And now we're going to go to the next, which is engine compartment, and we just carry on like that. And as you can see, after all the configurations done, we get no faults on the BSI. Okay guys, and after a lot of fiddling with configurations and etc, we go here. I'm gonna leave in the description below a video where I take you a little bit more into details on how to program a blank BSI. There's no point for me to really, or it was no point for me to be here showing you that, so I'll leave the link in the description below. But yeah, we get there now. Okay, and we're just gonna press OK. Yeah, that's fine, only one key. And now it tells me to how to program the frequency, the remote. This remote, I had the key open already, and this remote is not working. The buttons are broken. There is, forget about it. I'll try to get it repaired, but this remote is not working for sure. So it tells me about this now. Forget about that. And now we're gonna cycle the ignition and see if we can start this engine. And there we go, look at that. I'm sure you can hear it running, lovely, running absolutely fine. Let me see. Look at that, brilliant. So we got the BSI learned to the vehicle. We had to go to get the pin code off the car from the engine ECU, so it was a little bit of work involved, but we got there in the end. The zoom, the focus of the phone, it's terrible working outside. But yeah guys, so I don't know, I mean, we got the car running, really, and that was the most important thing. I'm gonna try to have a go with the remote, see if I can get it fixed. If I can, I can. If I can't, I can't. It's one of those things, but I'm gonna have a look at it. But the most important thing was the remote. So once again guys, I'm gonna leave in the description below the video for the link for the video that I've done programming a blank BSI. There's much more information on there than what I've showed you here, so watch that video if you are interested. And I think that's it really for this video. Engine is running, look at that. It's gonna start it again. Brilliant, that's it. So guys, I really hope there's some information here you can take forward, and that you have learned something today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do still have any questions, any comments, put them below. And like always, thanks for watching.